Can you believe it? The Calm Connection Parenting Podcast is officially 1 year old. Over 5,000 downloads, listeners in nearly 60 countries, and 50 episodes. Stories, strategies, and encouragement that has helped you move from chaos to calm in your parenting journey. Today, we're celebrating with some fun facts, a countdown of the top 5 episodes that you've loved most, and I'm going to share a few behind-the-scenes milestones that make this little show so special. So grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and let's celebrate together. Welcome to Calm Connection Parenting. I'm your host, Jamie Kirkbride, mom of 7, parenting coach, professional counselor, and wrangler of big emotions. If you're raising a highly sensitive child with intense emotions or challenging behaviors and wondering if you'll make it through without losing your mind, you're not alone. Around here, we're all about real-life parenting, sprinkled with a little humor and a whole lot of patience. So grab your coffee, trust me, you'll need it, and join me as we explore tips, stories, and faith-based strategies to help you bring more calm and confidence into your chaotic days. Let's do this. Today is extra special because we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and I can't wait to share some fun stats, your favorite episodes, and a few big milestones as we look back on this incredible first year together. So let's get this party started. As promised, I want to share some thoughts from you, my listeners today too. Hearing your feedback is honestly one of the biggest joys of this podcast. So let me read a couple that really touched me. The Calm Connection Parenting Podcast is such a breath of fresh air. Jamie's kind, friendly, and encouraging voice feels like a trusted friend walking with me through the ups and downs of parenting. Her practical insights and gentle approach inspire me to show up as a more connected and intentional parent. Highly recommend this podcast. Thank you, Rose. Isn't that such a kind reminder of what this space is all about? And here's another sweet review that made me smile, especially since it came right before the holidays last year. Needing some encouragement before the holidays, Jamie has wisdom-packed episodes. You feel like you're sitting at her kitchen table having a conversation with a friend as she's helping you prepare for what might be ahead. You'll be glad you tuned in. Thank you, Jules. I can tell you how much it means to me when listeners take the time to leave a review like that. I honestly keep them for the days that I need encouragement, and they remind me that what we're building here is really special. Now, you know me, I like to do things a little creative, and I couldn't let this 1-year mark slip by without sharing a few fun stats. So together, I want you to know you've listened to over 50 episodes with over 5,000 downloads. That's more than 137,000 minutes of parenting encouragement, or the equivalent to 96 straight days of listening without stopping once. That's a lot. But what if we put those numbers into real parenting comparisons? Interesting thought. That's like sitting through more than 4,600 family dinners, with all the spills, giggles, and sibling squabbles that come with them. Or 2,500 Christmas programs back to back. Can you even imagine? It's also the same as riding along for about 6,800 school drop-offs and pickups. And if you've ever felt like homework drags on forever, well, this podcast, listening to this podcast content, could cover over 2,200 nights of homework help. Basically, every school night from kindergarten through the senior year. It's kind of funny when you think of listening hours like that. And if you compared it to traveling, this podcast has been in your earbuds long enough to hike the entire Appalachian Trail, all 2,200 miles of it. Or you could literally drive around the continental U.S. nearly 3 times without ever turning it off. That's just amazing, and it blows my mind to think about how far this little podcast has traveled in 1 year, and how many of you it's been able to walk alongside in your parenting journey. I want you to know what a joy and a privilege this has been. Now, another milestone that absolutely amazes me is the global reach that even just this little podcast has had. Over the past year, it has been downloaded in nearly 60 countries. That's nearly 1/3 of the globe. And it's reached parents in over 1,020 cities, which is like visiting a brand new city every single day for almost 3 years. This podcast has amazingly traveled as far away as Madagascar, literally halfway around the world from little old Wyoming. Isn't that incredible? From big cities to small towns, across oceans and time zones, this podcast has been able to meet parents right where they are. Parents like you, and I find that incredible. That's how we moved from the top 10% to the top 5% in global podcasts. So, hooray! When I feel discouraged sitting here in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming on a quiet, yes, beautiful prairie, wondering if I could ever use our struggles and experiences to make a difference, I'm reminded of this. I'm reminded that God has been able to carry this message and encouragement so much further than I could have ever dreamed, and surely a whole lot further than if I had set out to travel around and visit all of those places. I remember in our toughest seasons with our son's mental health issues, just feeling like the whole incredibly difficult situation just might ruin me, or even ruin our family, just do us in, wear us out. I felt discouraged, depleted, and defeated. But what could have been meant to ruin us has helped us to stretch, to grow and learn, and help others do the same. Sometimes our greatest pains lead to a very special purpose and some of our biggest blessings. So please don't lose sight of that on your toughest days. These struggles and challenges that you face can and will be used for good, and you may one day be offering encouragement, support, or even just genuine understanding for someone on a similar parenting journey. Likewise, this last year and a half has held some of my own personal biggest challenges I've ever faced. A car accident that led to a cancer diagnosis, which has led to other health issues that, quite honestly, I still haven't fully explored, and the death of my beloved brother-in-law. And to be honest, there were many days in this last year that I felt like giving up, throwing in the towel, forgetting the business, because I was so unsure how to manage the stress and the uncertainty that surrounded me. But instead, I decided to finally step in to this podcasting dream that honestly had been sitting on the back burner for a couple years. I had gotten the equipment to do it, but I had never really gotten it out of the box, so I figured, why not now? There was no better time than the present, and I sure didn't want to lose my chance should things take a worse turn. So I gave it a go, and who knew that in just 1 year, this little dream could bloom and grow the way that it has. All of this is to say that even in our toughest seasons. God can do bigger things than we could ever imagine. So friend, don't get down and don't give up. Just keep on keeping on. And if you're in one of those tough seasons right now and you're looking for encouragement, support, and tools to help you move from chaos to calm, I want to take this chance to just personally invite you into the Calm Connection Parenting Program. It's the perfect place to go deeper with what you hear right here each week. So you're not just listening, but actually living out these changes in your home. Are your child's emotions and challenging behaviors pushing you to the edge? You're not alone. From constant struggles to emotional outbursts, it's easy to feel like you're just one step away from chaos. But what if I told you there's a better way? In the Calm Connection program, you'll get access to a video course, workbooks, and a supportive community to learn practical, faith-based strategies for handling even the toughest of behaviors. But the best part, you get weekly coaching calls with me, where we can explore your child or family's specific struggles and work together for some solutions. If you're tired of trying methods that just don't work, or you feel like you don't have time to add one more thing to your plate, don't worry. This program was designed to fit into a busy parent's life and give you real solutions with some quick wins too. Ready to take the first step toward a calmer home? Visit calmconnectionparent.com and learn more about the Calm Connection coaching program. You've got this, and I'm here to support you. I would love to have you join the Calm Connection Parenting Program. New groups are going to be starting soon, so don't miss out. Now, on to some special awards and, of course, the countdown of top episodes this year. So you might want to hurry off and grab a pen and a piece of paper because you just might want to go back and look up one of these episodes if you missed it. And what's a celebration show without awards and a countdown, right? So without further ado, here's some special awards for some different episodes we've enjoyed this year. The fastest first week launch goes to episode 47, Suicide Prevention, Parenting Tips to Help Kids Through Emotional Dysregulation and Suicidal Thoughts. This episode had the strongest first week of downloads of the entire year. This is evidence that this topic really does need to be discussed. If you're looking for encouragement for even those toughest conversations, I think this one can give you some hope and practical steps so that you can be armed and prepared in case you ever need it. The most relatable episode, this award easily goes to episode 38, The Parenting Burnout No One Talks About. Trying so hard with an emotionally dysregulated child and still getting nowhere. Many of you said this one described exactly how you felt. It seemed to resonate with so many of you. If you're looking for reassurance that you're not alone, I think this episode will meet you right where you are. And the Standout Episode Award. This award goes to episode 45, Explaining ADHD, DMDD, and Emotional Dysregulation so Kids Can Understand. Yes, the race car brain analogy and so much more. This episode had strong traction in a very short time. It is the third in a 4-part series that focuses on those first steps and diagnosis. So if you're looking for tools to get you started or even to help you understand where the journey starts, this series might be a great place for you to begin. The Hidden Gem Award goes to the quiet but powerful one, episode 40. What legacy will you leave as a parent? This one was in honor of my brother-in-law, Troy. Calm, connected parenting that matters. Even though this wasn't the highest in download numbers, it is full of heart and one very close to my heart. It's easy in the daily struggle of parenting to forget the big picture, the big why. If you're looking for a reset and a reminder of what truly matters, this one might be worth listening to. Now, as I promised, let's look back at the top 5 most listened to episodes of the year. You got it. The ones you've loved, shared, and replayed the most. At number 5, episode 42, Helping Kids with ADHD, Anxiety, and Emotional Dysregulation Through Back-to-School Transitions. That's right, those conversations that can help build calm. If you're looking for ways to make school transitions smoother and calmer, this one's packed with practical conversations that you can start today. And don't worry, it can be applicable year-round because it's never too late to get on the same page with those in your child's school. Number 4, episode 38, The Parenting Burnout No One Talks About. That's right, the one that won the most relatable. If you've ever felt exhausted, unseen, worn thin, depleted, defeated, discouraged, this episode will remind you that you're not alone and that there's hope. So you might enjoy a little encouragement in this episode. At number 3, episode 32. Emotional Dysregulation in Kids, 10 Effective Strategies to Help Your Child Calm Down. This is an earlier episode, but it continues to be a go-to with many downloads each week. If you're looking for quick, doable strategies to help your child calm down in the heat of the moment, this episode is a must. Number 2, episode 34, DMDD, ADHD, and Anxiety, oh my, the real reasons they're melting down and what helps. If you've ever wondered what's really behind your child's meltdown, this one pulls back the curtain and gives you a glimpse. This episode can give you much needed perspective on the struggles you're facing daily. And it will offer you some solutions as well. No wonder it's a favorite. And finally, the number 1 most downloaded episode of the year. Drumroll, please. Episode 39. 10 Effective Strategies Parents Need to Calm Emotional Dysregulation in Kids. Yes, we replayed one 7 episodes later, and it became a top hit. If you want a practical toolbox of strategies that work, you're going to want to check this one out. These 10 strategies truly are a great way to quiet the chaos of emotions and baffling behaviors in your home so that you can start building the calm and connection that makes the difference. So be sure to go listen if you aren't among the many listeners of this episode already. So there you have it, our top 5 episodes of year 1. If you missed any of these, now's the perfect time to catch up. And I know some of you were running for that pencil and paper and you didn't catch it. So I'll repeat the top 5 episode numbers again. Number 39, 34, 32, 38, and 42. If you'd like to help celebrate this 1-year milestone, the best gift you could give the podcast is simple. Share your favorite episode with a friend. Hit follow if you haven't already, or take just a quick minute to leave a short review. Those small actions make such a big difference in helping more parents find the hope and encouragement they've been searching for. And If you'd rather, feel free to just DM me or email me at jamie@parentingwithpersonality.com. I really would love to hear your thoughts and how this podcast is impacting you and your family. Let me share a review that really sums up the heart of what this podcast is all about: helping families find connection in the middle of everyday challenges of parenting. Victoria says, Jamie's parenting style has been life-changing for our family of 6. Navigating age groups, needs, and this new era of parenting hasn't been an easy task, but her approach to connection with your children has been an absolute game changer. Highly recommend. I'm so glad it has been a game changer for you and your family. Thank you, Victoria. Another mom said it this way, and it's such a reminder that parenting is busy, crazy, and beautiful. And sometimes we just need that extra little spark of encouragement. Yes, please. I'm here for all the podcasts encouraging mamas in this wild and crazy parenting journey. You'll love Jamie's energy and excitement. Thank you, Michelle. And this last one touched me because it captures the cozy kitchen table chat over coffee vibe that I hope you can experience every time you listen in. Jamie's podcast is helpful for any mom who has a child or in a season of struggle. As a parent of 3 high-spirited boys and 2 who are highly sensitive, I find listening to her like having a cup of coffee with my best friend. I can't wait to hear more. Definitely a keeper. Thank you, Aubrey. Those words just fill my heart and remind me why I show up week after week. So thank you for taking the time to share your stories and your encouragement. It truly keeps this podcast going. If this show has touched you in some way, I invite you to leave your own review. On Apple Podcasts, you can write a quick note and tap the stars. And on Spotify, you just tap the stars. It only takes a moment, but it really does help send this podcast out into the algorithms so that other parents can find the calm and connection they're searching for. Speaking of other parents, I want to remind you to hop on over to the Calm Connection Parenting Facebook support group and join the fun there. I'd love for you to connect with like-minded parents who are on a similar journey in parenting. And of course, I would love the chance to get to know you better myself. Now, since we're celebrating this 1-year milestone, I wanted to make it a little extra fun. So everyone who shares what this podcast has meant to them or tells me about their favorite episode will be entered into 2 exciting giveaways. The first is a $25 Amazon gift card. Who doesn't need to buy something fun from Amazon, right? And the second is a $500 Calm Connection Coaching Program gift certificate. That's right. It could be yours. One response will even be featured on an upcoming podcast episode. Because your stories matter and they encourage other parents more than you know. Winners for these giveaways are going to be announced in that Calm Connection parenting group on Facebook that I mentioned. So be sure to go join that group so you don't miss out. Now, here's where I really want to pause and say something very, very important. And it's simply thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you for taking time to listen and interact. Thank you for taking time to share and to follow. You are the reason this podcast has grown into such a meaningful community. I could never have done this alone. If you visit calmconnectionparenting.com and follow the podcast link in the menu, you will find a whole collection of helpful free resources waiting just for you. Things like the Invisible Disabilities poem, the Behind the Behaviors Guide, or the Chaos to Calm cheat sheet, as well as access to that free parent support group that I mentioned, and so much more. There are tools designed to help you start creating calm and connection right away. That's right. I don't want any parent to be without tools. You are not alone, and I am here for you each step of this journey. And while we're talking about next steps, I don't want you to miss what's coming. That's right. The new Calm Connection Parent Coaching Program that I've already mentioned will be starting again soon, and you can find all of those details at calmconnectionparent.com. This is where we take the heart of what you hear on the podcast and go deeper together. So you're not just listening, but actually transforming the way you parent day by day by day. So friend, don't miss out. Grab those free resources, join in the giveaway fun, and check out the program details. I'd love to walk this road with you in the next year of the Calm Connection Parenting Podcast. As we close out this special anniversary episode, my heart feels so full. What a special year it's been. Despite the challenges, despite the diagnoses, despite the hardships, despite the discouragement, we were showing up together, we were learning together, and finding ways to move from chaos to calm, one step at a time. This is more than just a podcast. It's a community of parents who want the very best for their families, even in the middle of big emotions and challenging behaviors. So here's to the next year, to more episodes, more encouragement, more tools for your parenting toolbox, and more hope for your heart. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this special journey. And remember, you're not alone. You're here learning and investing in your child and your family. And as I always want to remind you, your child was created for a very special purpose. And you were created for a very special purpose too. Together, you are growing into what God created you to be. Until next time, keep learning, keep loving, and keep building those calm connections in your home. And I promise you, I'll be here cheering you on each step of the way. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Just remember, you've got this. And on the days you don't, well, we're in this together. Take a deep breath and keep building those heart-to-heart connections. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend who might need it too. And don't forget to connect with us at parentingwithpersonality.com or in our Parenting with Personality Facebook support group. We'd love to continue supporting you there. Until next time, keep calm and parent on.